One actual fire starts every 11 minutes and 19 seconds. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Billings with CCTV News You Can Use, and 67% of those start in the kitchen. I'm here with Dee Hawkins from Charlotte County Fire EMS to tell us more about fire extinguisher safety and some of the statistics. Thanks for joining us, Dee.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the statistics.
Well, we know that out of the many fires that we respond to, 68% of those fires are residential home fires. And so it's so important for residents to be prepared and know how to use a fire extinguisher, because maybe we can prevent some of those fires.
How many people are injured from house fires?
Well, we know in residential structure fires, with our latest statistics from the State Fire Marshal in 2015, over 1,113 people were injured in residential home fires.
And what's the best way to prevent that?
The best way to prevent it is to be prepared. So having things like exit plans to exit structures when they're on fire, but more so putting out the fire before it consumes the structure. And knowing how to use a fire extinguisher is so important. Every home should have one.
Where can you get a fire extinguisher?
Residents can purchase fire extinguishers in their local big box store, whether it's a local hardware store or a department store. There's a lot to choose from, but it's easy to decide which fire extinguisher to pick.
All right, thank you. We're gonna go talk to the Charlotte County Fire Marshal about what type of fire extinguisher you need. Hi, Scott Morris. Thanks for joining us. Tell us what you do.
I am the Fire Marshal for Charlotte County, and I'm in charge of the Fire Prevention Division with the county. We are in charge of all new construction with the county and existing occupancies and training with the public with Dee Hawkins, our PIO.
Now, if I was gonna go out and buy a fire extinguisher, where would I start?
You can go to any box store. Most of them have fire extinguishers for residents, not for commercial. They are for the residential use only. If you're buying for a commercial, you need to buy that from a licensed company through the state of Florida that can service and tag the fire extinguisher.
Now, is there different types of fire extinguishers?
There's a lot of different types of fire extinguishers. The most common for a resident would be a 10-pound, and it's an ABC fire extinguisher.
What does ABC stand for?
ABC will take care of anything that leaves an ash, electrical, flammable liquids, stuff like that. So that encompasses everything. You can get also the single type where it's just an A or just a B or a C, but for residential, the most common, they'll just get an ABC that takes care of everything.
How many fire extinguishers should someone have in their house?
The code requires about a 75-foot travel distance. For a normal size home, if you had one in your kitchen, maybe one in your garage, if you have a separate laundry room, somewhere of your high hazard areas that you would want to have one, so to where you don't have to travel too far to get one.
Are they easy to use, or do you need special training?
We provide training here. They're not that difficult to use. However, depending on the age, the size of the person, there are certain limitations like that because of how the fire extinguisher works. But overall use, we do provide that training.
There's a fire in my house. What is the first thing I do?
You need to call 911. You need to get responding units to come to your address in case the fire is to overcome what your capabilities are. Always remember two things. You never put the fire between you and an exit. You always want to have an exit to get out of your house in case need be. And you want to make sure everybody's out of the house.
Now, let's show us how to use this fire extinguisher.
It's real simple to remember how to use a fire extinguisher. 4 little letters, one word, P.A.S.S, P-A-S-S. And to start with the first letter, P, you want to pull your pin. Every fire extinguisher will have a pin, just like this one. And the reason for that pin is I can hold it all day long like this and it doesn't set off the fire extinguisher. Once I pull the pin out, it's a live fire extinguisher. So what you do, you pull your pin. Who cares where it goes? Just drop it. Second letter, A. Pull your pin and pull the nozzle, and then you want to aim. You always want to aim at the base of the fire, never above it, always at the base, because what you're trying to do is suffocate the fire, try to put the fire out that way. If you shoot above the fire, all the agent that's in the fire extinguisher will not get to the base of the fire to put the fire out. The first S in P.A.S.S is you want to squeeze your handle. Once you squeeze your handle, now the S, and all this comes really quick, you want to sweep. You want to sweep your nozzle at the base of the fire. And at that point, you want to start at least about 6 feet away from the fire, working your way into it and constantly sweeping. This is an easy fire extinguisher to use. Even you can try this, and when you knock it out.
Remember P.A.S.S. Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. That was easy. What a great piece of training equipment. How has that changed the way that you're able to train?
Well, first of all, we were very lucky to receive this equipment with grant monies. Also, with this piece of equipment, we were able to not have to worry about doing this outside. We are able to not have our crews on standby for an outside burn. And with the weather, sometimes we were able to bring people in here now and do this training inside our classroom, where before we would have to find a place to do it outside.
You do training for residents as well?
Yes, if they contact our office, we can provide that training.
Thank you, Scott. That was great information.
Thank you.
It is important for everybody to have a fire extinguisher in their home. And remember, it's easy. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. If you or an organization are interested in fire extinguisher safety, you can contact Charlotte County Fire EMS at 941-833-5600. I'm Elizabeth Billings reporting for CCTV News You Can Use.